Hello everybody again and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host Mike and with me is my favorite ninja.
Kage, how's it going?
Good, Kage. I've got a decent show planned for you today, guys. I've got some decent stocks. Some of them possibly are pump up the gem, but we'll dive into them and see what news we got. Shall we get started there, Kage?
Okay. Which one do you want to do first?
We're going to start off with GFTX. GFTX, last tick was 0.0072. Going to the chart for year to date, it doesn't look too bad of a chart. It is on, like I said, the promotion list there. Coming towards the end, you're seeing some resistance pop up, and it's trying to head to that north range. Going into what would you say they do here? Global Fiber Technologies Development is a developmental stage company. Its offerings include branded fabrics, apparel, and uniforms. They also for corporate, hotel, hospital, and military markets. So they're involved in all that. The firm operates through the following business segments: Rejuvenated Uniform and Rejuvenated Cardboard. The Rejuvenated Uniform segment produces and markets garments and other accessories for the commercial uniform. The Rejuvenated Cardboard segment focuses on rejuvenated technologies. The company is founded and headquartered in the People's Republic of Somerset, New Jersey. Going on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. Kage, what do you have as far as on your end for the twits there? What receipts are they bringing to the table?
There's a couple of bulls for this one. And just like bears sprinkled in with this one, but the bears do not necessarily have the receipts, so we'll just focus on the bulls for today. Here's a comment from, let's see, Penny Stocks Today. Penny Stocks Today says, GFTX looking hot as it prepares to launch NFT and merch collaboration with Young Bold roadmap for 2022. Released already up 28% from video. So they got a NFL and NFT collaboration video that they've got with this.
That's interesting. So, yeah, that could be some of the movement there. Why some of the stock analyzers picked that up there, and that got sent for the promotional out. We do have a plug from Global Newswire. It looks like Authentic Heroes Incorporated has entered a definitive agreement with Maestro LLC to create music-driven opportunities. Global President Chris Giordano says the joint venture with Maestro Entertainment is a watershed deal for both sides. Maestro catalog consists over 17,000 songs, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s across the entire genre of music. They include a spectrum of artists, many of whom are Grammy Award winners, such as Bob Marley, The Jackson, and Jefferson Airplane, and B.B. King. This will marry the massive library of legacy music with ability to market and distribute the music compilations into brick-and-mortar stores, including mass merchandising and hypermarkets. What other stuff do you got there, Kage, on that?
All right, how about this comment from Williams P. He says, bullish, GFTX. It's okay to have an opinion. If you don't like a stock, don't invest. However, it is this incessant, toxic, disingenuous bashing campaign that shows they are insincere. Why not treat it with difference and just walk away? There's an ulterior motive here, clearly.
You also have on the Twitter feed here, you have a pinned tweet from, 6 hours ago. It says just a sneak peek of what's coming. And you have the deal there that they're posting on what they're doing with what we just spoke about with the record collection there. You could see the solid there of that. That's pretty sweet. Also, 6 hours ago, they just got word that they have 100 digitally remastered compilations of the full album of genre music, initially to be used for infomercial marketing. Nothing like a jump starter was the tweet. What else do you have from the twits there?
How about this one from OTC Beast 123? He says, several joint ventures and deals hinted in the coming days on watch for a parabolic move. set up perfectly
Hmm.
for this stock.
Yeah, you also have Youngblood has never released anything like this before. There'll be tremendous demand but limited supply. The flag was the theme centered around the 2019 tour. In addition to be scarcity limited, or the run portion of them will be signed by Youngblood. That's 13 hours ago. They also have what's in the makes is authentic heroes different from any of the apparel companies, putting a simple inquiry authenticity. And then you have the pictures posted there. What are some of the takes from the actual Bulls there, as far as the Bears, with as far as negativity? Are they saying anything as far as like this is a pump and dump, or what are they saying?
There is one at the very top of the list, and this is from Crypto Now. He says bearish for this stock. GFTX, first came the pump, then came the dump, and he's got a GIF of a bear market coming with a thermal graphic bear approach.
I mean, yeah, I mean that is true, and I don't disagree with him on that. The question is here is with them accepting, with them getting into the NFT market, how much will that affect? And as far as the other question is here, are they're into music and things like that? Are people going to stop listening to music? Probably not. They're going to probably turn more towards music during troubled times and things like that. So that's something. This is still something to consider. Not saying I'm going to be on buy-in on the week on this, but down line maybe it's possible that it's not something to write off. It's not the week for me because there's too much manipulation with so many notices going out with this being promoted. What else you got for the Bears and Bulls on the twits where the real traders are at?
Not very many. Cryptographs had a couple of Crypto Now had a couple of comments that he was going on about, I guess.
What's he got?
I haven't necessarily found any other bears that have a good take for this stock that had the receipts.
Okay, Kage, what else do you have there from the real traders there on the twits?
There's just a lot of bulls for this one. Not very many bears, to say the least. A lot of it's mostly positive for what they're offering and for this trend.
Okay, what's some of the noise out there that you're seeing as far as what takes the traders are saying?
Mostly this is, why would you sell your pocket change if you could make so much more if you could just be patient, hold, and wait? I mean, damn, well, more for us, I guess.
Yeah, did you also see the take on here from... It looks like you have OctoBeast 123 says this is amazing. They have a few haters too. Make sure the stock is all more bullish. Wow. It's just there is some haters because they know the promotions are out. I think that's why. Don't you think there, Kage?
Yeah, promotions can be a thing to get more attention and to get people excited for what's coming.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's why you're seeing some of the haters on this. It says also whether we hit copper tomorrow or 2 weeks. February is going to be huge this month. Only keep on going up from here. Let's just see where it plays out after this week. You also had let's go make it. It says shorters flippers can't keep this down much longer. Hold the line. So he's calling for that there. What do you got on that?
I would have to say for this stock, it's a penny stock, so there's not necessarily too much risk if you want to get in it.
Okay.
That being said, it is somewhat of a volatile stock.
Yeah, right now for sure.
From the chart.
Yeah, it looks like we have some three days ago, DD. We have a meeting scheduled for Monday, which we had the Youngblood samples. If you missed out on that 3 days ago for that tweet, the official data launch was possibly next week. So this is for people that missed it, that were before there. The limited drops in collectibles coming, YouTube, Instagram. So some people might not have known that, but they have those drops for YouTube and Instagram there. There's a possible pre-sale of sellouts coming. They said the GFTX Entertainment Company valuations are on fire. They're looking to build one more. Actually, has their own patented companies to create JVs along with other groups and patented technologies that'll set them apart from the norm. True value coming to the moon. So there you go on that. What else do you have there on the twits? Anything else?
No, I think we covered most of the sentiment for this stock.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad deal. I just think I'm staying away because of the promotions this week. But maybe when it dives off, I'll go and take a look at it. The Arabia pennies. I don't know if he's trying to get a hot take or anything, but he's shooting for 2 cents, which might not be that far of a reach. So it just be patient, like they were saying. So Arabia penny stocks might not be that far off on this one. So I think I don't really think it's a hot take. I just think that I think that he's pretty close to accurate there. It's just a matter of time and when. But like you said, some of this is hype. So you got to separate the signal from the noise there. So, but yeah, I put this on a highly watch there to see what happens with it. So,
okay.
So yeah, we'll dive on to the next one, and we'll be back in two. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is TKLF. TKLF. Last tick on this one. This one's a heavy hitter right here. It's not being promoted, but it's kind of like talked about. It's trending on the internet there, Kage. Looks like the tick on this one was $4.19. If you look at the chart on this one for the year to date, let's go over towards there. Obviously, you had a little bit of a dip when it came. Let's see. Sorry, got to get that to update there. Yeah. So going into this one, obviously when they had on the chart, it was higher up towards with the pandemic, and then things crashed down a little bit. But that's what happened when everybody was in with this tragedy there. Going into what would you say they do? Kage, they operate retail. It's operating retail or wholesale Japanese beauty and health products. So that's interesting there, and as well as other products. It offers beauty products including cosmetics, skincare, fragrance, body care, health products including over-the-counter drugs, nutritional supplements, medical supplies, devices, and other products including lingerie, home goods, food, and alcoholic beverages as well. The firm sells its products directly through operated physical stores, through online stores, and through franchise stores and wholesale customers. Its brands include Sato, Kao, Shado, and was it Koss? Is that what you ever heard of that one there, Kage? Since you're into the Japanese as far as warrior methods there. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
As far as what they do here, my guess is that they're behind the underground network that's trying to supply North Korea with beauty products that are supposedly illegal there.
Yeah. What I'm seeing on Twitter, because it's hard to get a little bit of the information. First, let's go into products before we go into the news. What do you have on the stock twits? Because that's where the real traders are at. What do you have up on your end there as far as what you're seeing, as far as sentiment?
I'm seeing bulls for this stock for this year, but like we said, this stock is relatively new, and so it's just a baby. Just give it a little bit of time to mature and to gain something of a foothold. That being said, there's a lot of people that are interested with this stock, and this is a comment from Mo Savage. He says, invested $2,000 in TKLF. Got to get this bull going and flip my profits and double it in no time. Then it's up from there.
Okay, what else you got?
How about this one from NY Woo William? He says, TKLF bullish. We have over 24 million volume today and just got 26 cents up. I'm a little upset.
Okay, I have an interesting tweet here. This is from a girl named Anna there. I can't pronounce her last name, so it is what it is to butcher. But she puts this out here that she says, Yoshitsu Company is based in Tokyo, Japan. Yes, Japanese, not a Chinese company. To those who didn't do their DDs, 6.25 float, new IPO that ripped shorts to pieces. I predict this will move in a few weeks. The bottom is 4 to 5 range. So that's the other thing there is that when you're checking this company out, you are supporting Japan as far as that, and they are an ally of the United States. They're not making threats like some of the other ones are around the world. So we won't say who, but you know who we're talking to. That would be the CCP. So anyway, what else you got there from the twits there?
How about this coming from Mini Games? He says, bullish, TKLF, 4.20 plus close is ideal. 4.15 is welcomed as well, but all that doesn't matter at the end. We want PM gains to sustain and open with decent gains.
Mm-hmm. The only concern here I have. Let's go into the products, and I'll go to some concerns here. And that I brought this up with one of the shipping container companies or shipping company we did last week. But going onto the product line, I'm on the website. There's the English version and there's the Japanese version. You have the Akira Laura collaboration non-woven masks. There's the small pleats now available. They're using a filter that cuts pollen virus droplets up to 99%. So you have that's on the store there. They also have the Kiki and Laura collaboration conditioner, shampoo, and body soap. So they're selling that. They also have the Japanese natural water, 350 milliliters there. Then they also have the stainless steel bottles that they're selling. Let's see what else we got here. And they have a flyer out in there for their store for all of one of their stores. But you could check out all the other products they carry. I'm not going to go through all of them. There's several. You can do that for yourself. And they also are set up on all the major heavy hitters as far as with PayPal, Amazon. So, and this thing didn't get to $4. It's not a Mr. Thank You Very Much stock as far as that goes. So it's not chump change. They're not out of an apartment or something like that where they're going to go take your dough. What else do you got there on the twits there?
How about this comment from BB Batteries? He says, bullish, TKLF, volume. Today it was a huge win at 42 million, trading 7 times the float. The price will catch up. Just keep the buying pressure on. Hold for bigger payouts, and this will explode.
Yeah, I mean there is a risk with the hype. Shorts. People are gonna be taking that. You also have. We're gonna see what happens how after the Olympics it plays out. If another variant breaks out with this, or if it's just a bunch of noise. We'll see what happens coming in there. There are some rumors there. Okay, so on my end here, what I have is my take is for this Kage is I want to see some more info. Obviously, this is a decent play. It's a little less riskier than say your sub pennies, but I want to get past the hype and see that the products and the setups they have there are great. But yeah, this is definitely a decent play. I just want to wait till a lot of your shorts and all your game gets out to where I find my buy point on this one. But like I said, you're dealing with foreign change here versus a sub. It goes a little less risque. What do you got there from the twits there?
How about this comment from Vertical? He always brings his receipts. He is a Plus member on Stock Twits, and he says, TKLF, bullish. TKLF continued the bounce. It spiked pre-market and even made a new high at 4.56. It ranged into the close, one to watch tomorrow. Bought 10.5% since first alert. Chart setup in comments. We always like to see those comments because it demonstrates their commitment, and the receipts are proof enough.
Yeah, exactly. And also that he made some decent coin doing that, so that was good on his end. He got caught at the beginning there. That's what you want to do before you don't want to catch it in the tail end where you're stuck on that. So as we could come back to this one again, it just depends on. It was kind of a random one we chose, just because it was a couple that were pretty bad from the pump and dump list. So the next one we're going to cover is DARE, and that's the one we're going to go to next. One of our listeners from the Facebook group brought that one out, so we're going to that one next. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is DARE. DARE last tick was $1.58. Going to the year chart, this chart is one of the better charts I've seen, regardless of some of the sentiment I've heard you talk about out there, Kage, from some of the twits there. Going into what would you say they do here if you're new there to the show? We have covered this before, but we're covering it again. It's one of our listeners wanted to cover it, and it's a decent stock to cover, regardless of what some of the people say. They operate in a healthcare company which engages in development and commercialization of pharmaceutical products and women's reproductive health. Its products include Ovaprene and topical sildenafil. The company was founded by Sabrina Johnson, Lisa Waters Hoffert, and Roger Hawley in 2015, and headquartered in the People's Republic of San Diego, California. Going on to the stock twits, because that's where the real traders are at. Kage, what do you have on your end from some of the sentiment there?
I'm seeing mostly bulls for this stock, although there are a few bears here and there. Which one do you want me to do first?
Whatever your heart desires, man.
Okay, how about this take from Biotech Jedi, who says bullish for this stock. He says, Dare. I know some peeps are upset here, want $10, etc. for fun. I looked back at some other stocks I owned about a year ago to compare to Dare. For example, I had a stake in Bine and cleared out. Took a loss at 3.0. It is 0.6 now. Bought CFRX at like 3.8. Sold at 4.4 for something. Didn't make much, but now 2.8. Half is value. I guess my point is that things could be way worse.
Yeah, they could be.
It's tough for me through one of the most biotech markets ever. Now I will hang tough for them.
Yeah, guys, you just have to be patient, man. Like, so, if you could recall, what is it, Noravax? Noravax was in the tank. It was in the twos before COVID hit, and then it blew up through the roof because of what they were doing, and you rode that spike. Same thing goes with here. It's just patience and it's news. With this particular company, obviously it says on the website, because I'm on there, they have if you're familiar with it, you know what I'm talking about, but they deal with vaginal health and sexual health and fertility. They have so many things in the pipeline that I'm going to read with you that news pops. You just have to wait till they get through their phases. Obviously, when they get more funding and things like that, they get money and things pops. But Rome's not built in a day. You're not gonna make all this dough. And I'm going off on a tangent here because some people some people do get rich quick overnight, and then sometimes it just takes time. Just go to this one, check it out, follow it, and go on to the next. So going on to this one, you have one of the studies. They have FDA approval of bacterial vaginosis, Ovaprene hormone-free monthly contraception partners, pivotal state phase 3 study. There's a study right there. So with that, when you go to phase 4 on that, there's a chance for coin to be made. Sildenafil cream, 3.6% female sexual arousal disorder, stage 2B study. More news. Write it and wait. You got DARE HRT1 hormonal therapy, phase 1 study. Go to the charts. Take my example right now if you don't believe me. Go to Noravax. Look where it was before COVID hit in 2018. I believe it was 2017, 2018-ish. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's 2018-ish. But go from there and look where it went, where it traveled to from that time to when around COVID. Okay? So you also have another study. You have DARE VVA1 phase 1 study. DARE FRTI pregnancy maintenance, phase 1 preparation. There's too many things in the hopper. There's 3 more that I'm not. There's monthly contraception. So I don't mean to get emotional or anything on this take or whatever, but it's just like, guys, I mean, you're not going to put a bunch of, whether you're doing stimulus dough or you're doing extra side work dough and you're putting it into these stocks. Some of them take time, and some of them are a complete waste of time. Wouldn't you say there, Kage?
Yeah, absolutely. You just need to pick your battles, pick your stocks, and look at your timing and what people are saying.
Yeah, these are what the biopharmas are one of the more safe. They're some of the most safer stocks to go in. Besides a lot of your subs were the pump up the gems. Now, if you bought on this on a promotion list, I'm sorry that happened like that. if it showed up and you bought in on that when they hit one of their strides there. But these biopharmaceutical companies, you have to ride the wave of their studies. You're not going to win all the time, but sometimes you might. And so find a buy point on this one if you're getting in and see where you're getting in on that. So enough of me. Let's go on to more of the takes of what other people have to say. So I gave my take.
How about this comment from Tickeron? He always brings us receipts, and he always has his.
He does have good takes
that back up his results. He says, Tickeron, good move or bad move? Dare enters a downtrend as momentum indicator dropped below the zero level on January 5th, 2022. View odds for this and other indicators for Tickeron. And it's got a graph looking more towards the down low end for this stock. And there are a couple of bears as well for this stock.
Did you see Keep Waiting on there? Did you read Keep Waiting? Did you see what he said or no?
Keep Waiting?
Yeah,
I haven't seen his comment.
His post was at 727. He called them perm bulls is what he called them.
Yeah. Interesting take, but yeah.
Well, he just said says the issue with perm bulls continue with the level of delusion. This isn't a 10x stock, even if things go the way they hope they will. They will pull the numbers out of thin air based on hopium, which a lot of the market is hopium. I don't mean to be a prick or nothing, but that's what it is there. There's no danger of buyout, and let's just say hypotheticals. Now, the reason why I'm covering Keep Waiting because we cover both, because you need to hear both sides because that's how you're going to make your decision. So we don't make it for you. We're not going to get out our pom-poms here and, get out and cheer and anything like that for anything. We're just telling you from both sides. So we're covering his take there. He said, would you overpay on a sinking ship that failed to hold $2 since approval? Well, maybe you guys should because the multi-billion-dollar company with on board and likely shareholders would. Yeah, no. They might pay a premium for sure. They usually don't, floundering stock like this one again, but let's assume someone decides to overpay. Bit of a BV treat. And then he says, would an outsider, not me, not a perm bull, just someone of basic common sense with a premium in that situation be 800%? And that's where permits need to think, so yeah. And he's just got his emojis there. So, what else do you got?
How about this one from Timmy Pitt 2? He says, bullish. Dare. Better get your BV fixed before VD. Zakiel, where are you?
That was actually a really good one, man. So guys, if you joined before or after around, some of this is not relevant here, but it is relevant to newer traders. It looks like they had a month ago they were approved for the treatment of the bacterial vaginosis in females 12 years of age or older. I think that's where some of the people were like, it didn't blow up after that. So you're still going to get more news going down line, don't you think there, Kage?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. What else do you got there?
How about this from Stock Trouble? He says, Dare bullish. Dare is amongst the worst performers today for me because it will perform brilliantly once partnership news are out. When? Nobody knows, but within a month must be. 2 to 4 months normally takes settle a good partnership.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to cover news from the Washington Compost that someone posted on the Twitter or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah, most of it's probably just puffball stuff anyway, and you got I take those guys have got caught more in lies than anything like that. So I don't know if I want to cover the Compost there. It's just basically the Amazon Times. My take on this one is that I think it's at bargain basement prices. It's just where's your buy point, because you're riding the wave of too many different studies there. I do think Kage with what we're seeing with some of the partnerships and things like that. Once that is out of the way, like he said, I think we'll see some movement, especially with some of these studies. What do you got?
Yeah, I think this stock is a little risky, to be sure.
Well, they all are. Everything's with risk there, Kage.
Yeah, of course.
The stock market's a freaking casino.
Sentiment, for the most part, I think it's mostly positive for this stock, so it's definitely worth a look.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, you don't necessarily want to get taken on the down low. And if this is being promoted, or if there's being pumpers or something for this stock, so buyers beware.
Yeah, for this one, it's not being.
You might want to just sit this one out and maybe just watch.
I don't see anything on the promotion list. There's nothing. There's no promos on this at all. No paid promoters or anything currently. Now, when this thing takes a movement north, you'll see the rate. You'll see everything go off the charts, and you'll see the email blasts going out everywhere. They'll be off the charts, blasting everywhere. So, if you were going to get in, I would definitely, because there will be, when the next news pops, which that pipeline right there is, I don't care what any of the bulls are saying, because as far as with pipeline news and things like that, we'll have to see. There's too many things in the hopper here to not to just put off and just brush off. So the bulls can do that, and they could be baiting people as well, like you said before. They could just be baiting people just to get the cheap stuff. They do it all the time. That's the game. So you can't trust the chat boards either all the time. So we just read it and we give you the takes, and that's all I got for this one. What about you?
And that's all I got for this one.
Yeah, highly watch it. Check it out if you like it. It's a safer play than your below pennies. Let's just put it that way. I mean, people can talk about these ones, but these are a lot safer than some of your pump up the gems that are out there. So, but. I'm out on this one, and what do you got? You got smoke bombs or what?
No, I'm just going to say good night and just sneak away.
Okay, don't make it a dog show. And good night now!